Shabbat Shalom.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our first service of the summer. Let's take some bets. How many people you think will show up at 7? How many of them will blame us for not letting them know that we start at 7?
I looked at the clock actually, and I thought something was wrong with the clock.
No,
We'll
it's
get used
nice
to
to
it.
start early and to end early, especially in the summer. We continue with Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm missing a piece of my guitar that I need for the prayer, but I found it.
Oh,
Now we can all sing
did it
comfortably
get
together.
משתחווה מול הדרך ירבו ידידותך מנופת צוף דחותם ידני לכו נרננה לאדוני נריע לצור אישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה בזמירות נריע לו שירו לאדוני שיר חדש שירו לאדוני כל הארץ שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו ספרו בגויים כבודו בכל העמים נפלאותיו Shabbat shalom Shabbat shalom Shabbat shalom Shabbat shalom לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשמו תפארת ולתהילה לך דודי דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נשוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי לאורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
If you're able, we rise for the final verse of Lecha Dodi, and we face the entrance to the sanctuary as if we were welcoming in a bride. We welcome in Shabbat.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. This time of the service, we normally pause for a moment to reflect on the past week and to think about some good things that happened to us, something to which you want to say thank you, God, for. I know that for many of you it's really difficult as you suffered some great loss. If anyone would like to share something good that happened that you want to share with all of us. Yes, Edward. Just be loud, please.
I remember the first time I came here, 2011 for Rosh Hashanah. I didn't remember until recently that it was then that I knew that I needed to convert. So I walked here from Epilepsy Road after getting released from jail for irrelevant reasons. And anyway, I'm just really good.
Welcome. And back then you didn't have a beard. No, that's good. Tina, big voice.
I am grateful the National Science Foundation called me today to fund my research for 3 more years.
You got funding for 3 more years. Wow. How many forms and grants and things you needed to do? Wow. That's really wonderful. Dana.
I'm grateful that I have a wonderful family, my friends who support me and surround me.
Thank you. Yeah. At times like that, times of loss, we need our family and friends and community. Thank you. Audrey, did you want? Oh. So let's continue with
We
the.
had one all the way
Oh,
in the
I'm
back
sorry.
there. Do we-
Oh, Miss Bella. You graduated and you have your grandparents.
טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות. טוב להודות לאדוני. שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת, מלאכי העליון, ממלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון, ממלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון, ממלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. זכרם לשלום מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון, ממלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה Ve'alma divarach irutei ve'amlich malchutei bechayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'alam u'lalmei almaya yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar v'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yitaleh ve'yithalal shemei dekudsha richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushvechata v'nechemata tamiran be'alma v'yimeru amen.
If you're able, please rise for Baruch Hu. And that would be a good time to turn to your neighbors, wish them Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Your love, God, has no beginning and no end. Your Torah is wisdom, its path is peace. Teach us, God, to live by your light, to search for meaning in your words always. They're our life, God, the very length of our days. Never abandon us, God. Never withhold your love for today's blessings, for tomorrow's hope, for your abiding. Ve'avadcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather
us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. And we will know that you are one. And we will know that you are one.
I would like to invite you to take a moment to close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in again and breathe out your stress, your anxieties of the past week. Shabbat is a time to let go of everything we need to let go of. And it's also a time to talk to God. We can tell God anything we want, ask any question, especially the tough ones. We can say thank you. But more importantly, we want to try to hear what God has to say to us. And together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
And we slowly open our eyes.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. You shall love Adonai your God
With all your heart,
with all your soul.
and with all your might.
Take
Heart
these instructions,
which I charge you this day.
impress them upon your children,
Recite them when you stay at home and when you're away, when you lie down,
and when you get up.
up.
Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as the symbol on your forehead
Inscribe them on the doorpost of your house
and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to do all of my commandments and be holy for your God, I am Adonai, your God, who led you out of the land of Egypt.
Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
The Jewish people are known as the people of the book. Have you heard about this phrase, the people of the book? Is it a good thing? When you open a modern Jewish calendar, you find many holidays and festivals. Some of them are semi-obscure, some of them you all know and celebrate. But when you open the Torah, right, the 5 books of Moses, and you read, you see that ancient Israel had only either 3 or 5 festivals. There were 3 main ones and 2 that were a preparation for the biggest holiday. So what do you think is the first festival on the Hebrew calendar, on the biblical Hebrew calendar? No, I don't even include Shabbat. Rosh Hashanah, no. Pesach, Passover. Today we begin the Jewish year in the fall, with Rosh Hashanah literally means the beginning of the year. But in the Bible, they started the year in the spring. Yeah. And what is the festival of the spring? Pesach, Passover, right? Later on, when the Jews were exiled to Babylon, they borrowed the Babylonian calendar that started the year in the fall. Even when you read in Rosh Hashanah, they're talking about Rosh Hashanah celebrated on the 7th month, because that's the way it appears in the Torah. So Passover, and the second one is Shavuot, that we are going to celebrate Tuesday night and Wednesday. Do you know some traditions about Shavuot? Cheese, right? Dairy food, you don't eat meat. But you probably don't know why, because nobody knows. The 2 explanations are related to the idea that Shavuot was the festival in which the Torah was given to Moses at Mount Sinai. What does it have to do with milk or dairy food? One explanation is the Torah is known as milk and honey. So we drink milk. Why not honey? Because that's not a real explanation, but that's what we use. The other reason, which is also not true, but that's what we read a lot, is that the people of Israel, before they received the Torah, they knew that they were going to get some dietary laws. Right? Those of you who keep or used to keep kosher know that it's quite difficult to know what to do with meat. What kind of meat, how to slaughter it, how to cook it, how not to cook it, what to mix it with, right? But they didn't have the Torah, they didn't have the law, they didn't have the instructions with which to cook meat. So to be safe, what did they eat? Dairy stuff, right? Not true either. But milk, well, connected to the Torah. Another tradition is to study Torah all night long. And there are some places that do it, especially in big cities. They have some centers and people study Torah all night long. When definitely lived in Tel Aviv, that's very common. When we lived in New York, there were many places. Why do you study Torah all night long? Because before the people of Israel received the Torah, they stood at the bottom of Mount Sinai waiting for God to give them the Torah. However, the Torah doesn't say anything when it talks about Shavuot that even has a hint to receiving the Torah. The festival of Shavuot in the Torah is the harvest festival. Most of the ancient Israelites were farmers. And farmers in that place, that side of the world, they have 50 days of harvest. It begins around April with Passover, with the barley harvest. And then the Torah tells them count 7 weeks, 49 days. And on the 50th day, which is around the time of the wheat harvest, is Shavuot. That's what we know about Shavuot. So how did Shavuot become the festival of giving the Torah? Again, no hint in the Bible, not even in the Mishnah, the book that was written after the Bible. Well, before it was known as the holiday of the giving the Torah, it was known as the holiday of the revelation. When God revealed God's self to the people of Israel on Mount Sinai, so they celebrated this connection, this covenant between Israel and God. But later on, they said, no, that's when we got the Torah. Let me read you a story, an amazing story from the Midrash. This is some 1,500 years old story, right? It was not written today. And they try to explain the relationship between God, the Torah, and Israel. So it can be compared to the only daughter of a king whom another king married. Okay, so once upon a time there was a king who had only one child, a daughter. And of course he loved the daughter because every king loves his daughter, right? But this daughter was married to another king. Okay, that's what they used to do. It's good for political alliances and some monetary issues. So he married his daughter to another king. When he wished to return to his country and take his wife with him, the new husband, he, the father, said to him, "My daughter, whose hand I have given to you, is my only child. I cannot part with her. Neither can I say to you, do not take her, for she is now your wife." Right? So the father really loves his daughter, but now she belongs to another man. What to do? "This favor, however, I would request of you," said the father king. "Wherever you go to live, have a chamber ready for me, that I may dwell with you, for I cannot leave my daughter." He said, "You can take her, but just make me a little room in every palace that you build, so when I miss her, I go, I stay there, and I'm near her." Thus God said to Israel, "I have given you a Torah from which I cannot part, and I also cannot tell you not to take it." So the Torah, if we compare it to the story of the king, is like God's beloved daughter, right? But God gave this beloved daughter to Israel. So God said, "I love this Torah, but I gave it to you. But this would I request, wherever you go, make for me a house wherein I may dwell. As it said, and let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them." So God said to the people of Israel, "My dearest thing ever was the Torah, but I gave it to you. So just wherever you go, make me a place, a sanctuary, if you will, temple, a synagogue, somewhere. So whenever I miss the Torah, I'll go there." It's a nice story. Is it nice, actually? But it's very problematic because God, from being the closest to the people of Israel, became now this father-in-law who sometimes comes to visit and has a room. You know, fathers-in-law are great sometimes, but no, they're important, and especially in Jewish tradition. Even the word for getting married in Hebrew, lehitchaten, means to become someone's son-in-law. Okay, there was a lot of respect for the father-in-law, but it's not your spouse, right? So God, from being God, from being the most precious thing to the people of Israel, became a little bit less important. And what became the most important? The Torah. So in a way, the Torah replaced God in this relationship between Israel, God, Torah. We became the people of the book. Okay? Why did the rabbis do it? Because in exile, it's much easier to define your Jewishness, your religion, on studying Torah. And where was God? You know, God does not talk to us very often. So it was much easier to make this connection with the Torah. More than that, who were the ones who communicated with God? Prophets and priests, basically, right? But this is a tiny group of people. When the Torah became the most important thing, everyone can study Torah. Everyone can read and follow the Torah. Okay, in a way, it democratized the connection that Jews had, the Jewish religion. However, it came with a price. We put so much emphasis on Torah study that sometimes we forgot about God. We keep God in this nice chamber in the palace, but sometimes we neglect God. I would like to suggest that starting especially on this festival of Shavuot, Torah is super important. We'll read the Torah on Shavuot and every Shabbat. We study Torah because that's what we do. But let's take God out of the little chamber and bring God back to the front, to the center, to where God should be. Shabbat Shalom. We continue now with the healing prayer with the Mishaberach. If anyone would like to mention a name of a loved one who is ill and in need of healing,
Mi sheberach avoteinu bekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
please rise for the closing prayers.
Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula le'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor alenu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
If you lost a loved one in the past week, please remain standing. If you lost someone in the past month, please remain standing. If you're observing a yahrzeit, please remain standing. As we remember today, Carolyn Colby, sister of Kathy, Rosalind Friedman, mother of Phyllis, Fanny Colton, grandmother of Gary, Alice Morgulin, grandmother of Terry, Henry Dwork, father of Tom, Frederick Fialco, uncle of Ira, Pearl Andelman, mother of Marcia, Ken Bushel, father of Debbie, May Gernstein, mother of Ed, Bertman Rothkopf, father of Lisa, Minnie Block, mother of Linda, Harold Kay, husband of Linda and father of Mitchell, Paul Krolewski, brother of Barbara and uncle of Carrie, Marsha Lissauer, wife of Fred, Sally Novick, mother of Rena, Milton Lowy, father of Mona, Harry Bogner, grandfather of Amy, Hyman Zecker, father of Joan, Mark Handel, brother of Robin and uncle of Jason, Isidore Spector, father of Israel, Anna Spector, mother of Israel, Jules Lawrence, father of Marcy, Renata Colombo Trevis, mother of Vivian, John Weber, grandfather of Jeff, Michael Wolf, father of Shelby. On the occasion of Shloshim, the month of mourning, remember Stephen Rubin's father of Jonathan, and taken from their families in the past week, remember Lenny Park, sister of Barry and aunt of Stacy and Brian, Jeremy Achilles, son of Donna and brother of Dana, Len Tilka, husband of Linda and father of Jennifer and Matthew. If you would like to mention a name that I have not mentioned. If your custom is to rise for the Kaddish, please do so. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. בעלמא דברה חירותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיא, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. קירבנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen.
L'chaim. Now I want to invite the children here. We have many of you. Children, Naomi.
Okay, that's the heavy one.
Oh.
Can you hand it? Yeah, okay.
Hello.
Oh, so many children.
We can go and stand next to the
Hi,
challah.
Olivia. Watch behind you. Don't move behind you.
Oh,
She's back. I love her.
hi, you came back.
Are we ready? Hamot. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Let us share with all our friends here.
Thank you.
We're really hungry. Now you need a bigger piece than that. Or
It's okay. You can take them all.
it's okay. We'll take care of it.
We have two things coming up this
Oh,
week.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
important
thank you.
things.
So I mentioned Shavuot, but this year Shavuot is also our annual meeting. So Tuesday at 6 p.m. is our annual meeting, and we really need you to come. And if you cannot be here in person, please Zoom in because we need a quorum. We need to pass some of the bylaws of the temple. We're not going to bore you with too much information as we used to do in the past. We're going to keep the annual meeting short, so you'll be able to have a wonderful Shavuot dinner. Remember, dairy food, no meat, followed by reading the special biblical book we read for Shavuot, the book of Ruth. And those of you who came and joined us for Purim when we read the book of Esther together, it was quite fun. We'll do something similar this Tuesday night. Wednesday, those of you who would like to come for Yizkor, we'll do it at noon. And then we will have more Shavuot-related food. So basically, a lot of food, some Torah study, some Temple Betham politics.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל
Yoshvei Tevel Leiru. Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Leiru. Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oh, Aseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Leiru. Amen. Leiru. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Please join us for the oneg.